Yes, very much. And it really, like Cindy and I were talking yesterday with the divination, it really comes down to, I kind of told her, like, it's not just like reading the card literally and thinking that's the only message, because as you do readings more and more, you may feel like, like I'll just listen to my guides. I've learned to completely listen because they never lie to me. And I'll tune in, and then they'll guide me like, okay, you need to read that page to her. It's very specific. It'll make sense. So I'll read the page to her. But a lot of times if I have cards spread out, I'm just tuning in energetically and intuitively of the meaning. And this comes with practice. Like when you first start, you might just be reading that book, and that's okay. Just like when I teach yoga training, the teachers at first might be relying on their cards in the book and what it says to do, but as they practice more, they start to feel the flow. They start feeling intuitively what they're there to say. And so the same goes with reading cards. If you're doing angel cards, and you can just trust, like Cindy said, when she goes like, which deck, I have like hiccups, which deck should I use? She gets a sense like, that deck, that's the one. And that's like consciousness, that's higher guidance coming through saying, use the Isis deck, or with this one, you're going to want to go with the Divine Guidance deck. And so then we know where to go. And then when we're doing those cards, it's just tuning into the energy of the cards. So sometimes I'll look at them and I get a quick glance. If I'm doing like a Celtic cross spread, I'll kind of say, okay, there's water cards all around, and these are the key angels that are assisting, and this is the energy that needs to be cleared. And I'm kind of tuning in at that level, and I kind of show the client that. And then we'll go through card by card of what that is pertaining to. And the way I like to do it is I will get a feeling, but I'll say, what are you feeling with this card? And sometimes I'll say what I'm feeling, and then I'll always bounce it back with, how does that feel to you? And that is where you're giving them permission to discern that message and to tune in themselves and like, let me process that. That actually feels really spot on, Tanya. Or maybe they're like, I don't really know what that one means. And in that case, I'll encourage them to take photos of their reading, take the pictures of the cards, and maybe in a week or a month, go back and look at them again, because it may make a lot more sense in a month or so. So it's not always like everyone gets everything instantly, because a lot of times, like Cindy, you've done an auric clearing, and would you say in an auric clearing that you have a lot to process after we get done?
That's an understatement.
I knew she was going to laugh. So it's like all this messages comes through, and you're just like, whoa, and it's just like process. So you'll understand a lot of it the moment that you're working with the healer, but when you pull away from them and you're just still, and then over the week of your life, you start watching how the universe brings things in to show you, it's a process. And you'll really understand that that guidance was there and it was accurate in helping you, but maybe you didn't understand all of it immediately, and that's okay. And so I think it's just really getting to a place where we can flow and we can practice trusting our intuition. And like Cindy and I were doing that yesterday, and she did a reading for me because we were practicing, and she's like, I really feel this is what my guidance is saying to say to you. And I was like, that is spot on, girl, like awesome, because she was getting that higher consciousness coming in, and she trusted and she felt safe with me to say it, and it was totally accurate. So her and I talked about how she has done a reading maybe with a friend, and the friend's a little like, I don't know about these angel cards, I don't know, go ahead and do a reading, but they're kind of crossed-armed and skeptical. And so I would encourage any of you that are drawn to this kind of work that you really let the ones who are ready and who are interested come to you, because they're going to be open and receptive and they're going to want to hear. But if you go and just to your husband, hey, I want to do an angel reading on you and I need to practice. And then your husband's like, what? I'm not into that angel stuff. What are you talking about? Then in a sense, this could actually cause you doubt in your own gifts, because if you're working with somebody, even if it's someone you love, and they're not really open and receptive, it's going to cause you doubt, and it's going to create a disruption in that energy. And it's also, I feel, creating a bad habit where as a healer, when you're an aligned healer, one of the things I've learned is you do not push it on people. So I don't go door to door and sell angels to people. It's if
Don't
people
make
feel
house
drawn
calls.
like to this show, this is a public way I talk on my blog, on Facebook. If people are reading that stuff and they're like, you know what, that Tanya Love girl has got some shit figured out. I want to talk to her. They're gonna call me, or they're gonna feel like Spirit's gonna work on them. I have so many people. The way they find me is very synchronistic and magical. And they'll just be like, I feel like the angels guided me to walk right into your booth today. I just had that happen at the art show. And then this woman's like, I know I'm supposed to get a clearing. I don't even know what the hell that is. And so she was just listening and trusting her guidance. But this is a human that's going to be so fun and easy for me to work with because they're open, they're ready, they want the help. And these are my dream clients. And I have focused to the universe, send me dream clients. They're ready. They have the time, the money, the dedication. They're ready to be committed to their path. And they are open and receptive to the truth that they need to hear for their own greatest empowerment and evolution. So if we're going to like husband and we're projecting it on him because we want to practice and he doesn't really want it, then it can cause us to doubt in our own gifts because the messages won't be as high in vibration because the energy and intention isn't really centered in love. So if any of you listening can really get that, you don't need to be needy and hurrying out to get clients. You just sit quietly in meditation and say, how may I serve? You speak truthfully and transparently, just like we're doing today, and you allow the ones who are ready for that greater evolution to come to you. So I can see billions of people on this planet that could totally benefit from an auric clearing. I promise you. But they have to be at the place in consciousness to even be open and receptive to it. And so I can speak about it. I can share and inspire people about it. But the ones who are ready are going to come in. So is that kind of helpful?
Yes,
Cindy's
absolutely.
still there?
Thank you. Yep.
And I think you said that you felt that contrast, right? When you were doing a reading with someone not so sure, it felt a little like you were doubting yourself more.
Oh, yeah. I was nervous. I'm like, I don't ever get nervous when I do this by myself. And I'm like, okay, something's going on here. So
the empath in you, can you kind of sense why you were nervous?
Yes, because I started to doubt myself.
Mm-hmm. And can you pick up on anything else? Because I'm getting an intuition that there was something else happening too. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
So what intuitively I'm getting is that sometimes also being empathic, you're with someone and they're in fear, they're kind of nervous, they're kind of uncertain about it, and you were feeling her energy. So her nervousness, even if she seems calm, cool, and collected, but has nervousness about it, and then you empathically are picking it up and it's causing you the jitters, and you're like, what is this? Sometimes it's not even you, it's their energy. And so that's something, as a healer, when I have clients come in, I will set the intention before I even tune into them. When I'm in meditation before they arrive, and I'm asking to tune in and see them from the eyes of their highest selves and to see what they need to see that will serve them in the greatest way. And I'm in that place, I will thank Spirit for touching me with the messages, but then sending them back. So like when clients get to my house, sometimes I'll go give them a hug or something and I can feel like really heavy or shaky or anxiety or fear. And it's just their energy's touching me. And then I will give them a hug and I'll be like, the angels will speak to me, whatever needs to be said. And I'll say something like, you are totally supported. There's nothing to be afraid of. Why don't you talk to me about what you're ready to clear? And then they start to relax because they start, okay, let's talk about this. Because for some people, they've never had an auric clearing before. They've never worked with a shaman before. So they don't know, am I going to pull out like cut a head off of a chicken or something? Because there's so many people that are afraid of things and like, oh, tarot cards. And maybe I don't even know, but they have that mom that told them that's the voodoo, And so just you tuning in, I sense you're also picking up on her energy.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, that might help you just to, when you practice in the future, that you just set that intention that you expand your auric field, your bubble is out and open, but you let their energy touch you with awareness, and then you send it back. so that we as empaths, when we're not conscious of that energy happening, we a lot of times want to just suck their energy away and carry it for them, and they feel more calm, and then we feel, ugh. So you don't want to do that as a healer, trust me. It'll throw off the groove. So do you have any other comments you want to share, Cindy?
No, I just want to hang up and listen to the rest of the show and hear you talk more about divination tools.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you for calling in. That wasn't so bad, right?
No, it wasn't bad at all. Thank you. And thank you to all the listeners.
Yeah, and I'm sure that
Awesome.
Cindy, if Cindy inspired you and any of you are in the live chat, just write in and say, thanks, Cindy. Let her know that that was very brave and courageous and that you appreciated it. Because it does take courage to speak truth about this stuff, especially because we have that old story of people telling us that there's something wrong with us or there's something scary about what we're doing. And it's a lot about clearing all that so that we can open that throat chakra and just speak with truth and not be afraid. So I am so proud of you. Mwah. Good job. Hey, it's 555. Go figure.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'll chat with you soon, girl.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So I'm going to read. Is there any other comments coming in, Amnon? Okay. So I'm going to read a card to you today, and it's from my Isis deck, and this one is called Divine Guardian. And I actually think Cindy is going to find this one very interesting because Spirit was speaking this exact message through me to her at the end of our session yesterday. And so I feel like this is for her again, but it's for all of you listening, and just something to kind of think about of how what I was just talking about protection and being in our power and not taking on other people's energy or their fears, taking on society's fears to where it shuts us down from our magic. And this is a big part of the process. This is one of the main things I would say as a healer I'm helping souls with, is that I have healers come to me, doctors come to me, really intelligent, very amazing humans come to me. Sometimes house moms that just don't believe in themselves, that are amazing, magical healers. But as they come in and they can start to tune in and clear all of this programming that they have been taught about their magic, they can start to embody it, and they can start to really be an amazing, powerful force in their own life, but also in lives of others. So think of if I wouldn't have done my work and I wouldn't have been brave enough to speak truthfully and publicly about what I speak about every week, I wouldn't be able to reach a lot of people. If I wasn't able to own my own power confidently, then I wouldn't be able to help others because I would be afraid that something's wrong with me. And so I'd say one of the biggest things that I am here to help with, and I encourage you guys to call and set up sessions because it will change your world, is to have a clearing, to experience that, and to see how all that old stuff that maybe you're carrying around subconsciously, unconscious behaviors, unconscious programming, all that stuff that you don't think about, but it's there, that keeps you from stepping into your power and being who you came here to be. That's what I help with. And it is profound and powerful, and it will change your world. But on that note, I'm going to read about Divine Guardian. Okay, so this one is from the Isis deck, and it's Protection of the Winged Mother. And after I read this, I'm going to tell you about a dream I just had because it totally made me think of my dream. And Cindy, I told her about it, so she kind of knows. You are venturing through a time of significant spiritual growth and healing. There are many changes occurring internally, and they will be reflected in your external world also very soon. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of the Winged Mother, Lady Isis. You can relax and allow your transformation to happen. Let your Divine Guardian protect you now as you learn to let go and trust in your own unfoldment for the greatest good. And if any of you don't really feel you resonate with Goddess Isis, and that's just like a, woo, red flag just went up, I'm afraid of goddesses, just get over it and call in your angels. You can talk to God. It doesn't matter. Whatever word makes you feel safe, whatever you connect with, if it's nature and you just feel like a body of water can carry you, it doesn't matter. Tune into whatever you feel a sense of protection and trust that you are supported. That's the most important part of this. Big spiritual growth can bring difficult challenges, Through such challenges, an initiate can gain wisdom, power, and awareness, and leave behind fears that once held them captive. Free from past restrictions, free to live a life